Welcome to Annette's Duets. Today's featured artist is one of my favorite people to sing with, one of my favorite songwriters, and one of my favorite recording artists, and her name is Mairéad.
Hi, Annette.
Welcome, Mairéad. Thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy to have you.
Here.
I'm so happy to have you here. Before we get to interviews and singing and all of that, I wanted to start with one of Mairéad's songs that I wanted to ask you about first, and it's called Soul of America. Can you tell me a little bit about Soul of America, please?
Well, The Soul of America is my most recent release. I released it on July 4th of this last summer, and I wrote it 3 years ago, right after I'd come off my tour for Burn for Love. I was home a couple of days, I sat at the piano, and it poured out. It came right down through.
It almost feels like a prayer.
Yeah, it's I think the song is teaching me still every day, and I really feel like it's a prayer and a plea to all of our higher selves right now to bridge our current divide, not just here in America, but across the globe.
I love it. Let's hear it. Soul of America.
This is the fight for the soul of America. This is the fight for the soul of a man. This is the chance to let sins of the unresolved be honored to the chance of a hand of healing it all, chance of grasping the fall, the original sin of the plan. Oh, this is the fight for the soul of America. This is the fight for the soul of our land. Yes, this is the fight for the soul of America. This is the hope of every unborn child. It is the fight for the love of our Mother Earth. The fight for the pride of humankind. We will never be one till we know we are one, till we feel we are one in our hearts. Crack open the core and the soul of America. Make reparations for a brand new start. We need courageous love, redeeming love. We need courageous love, redeeming love. Oh, give me courageous love, redeeming love, to heal the core and the soul of America, and heal the soul in the heart of a man.
So I really hope you enjoyed that song as much as I did. It was certainly a fun song to learn and to play with Mairéad. So thank you.
We had fun with that.
Yes, we did. So, okay, Mairéad, a recording artist. You had tons of success early in your career. You were playing at festivals amongst really high caliber musicians, and I'm really curious, what's your favorite gig from that time of your life?
I would have to say probably Glastonbury Music Festival.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That was because the thing about Glastonbury is, for an artist, it's an amazing event to play, but you get exposed and get to witness some of your favorite artists, and then the whole experience of the festival. I mean, I went to it. Like I
Yeah.
hung out, I was in the teepee field, and
My whole experience is through Bridget Jones' the movie. So I'm very, very
I got lucky.
envious.
It rained one of the times, but the sun was out the other, and
I
that was
love
really
it.
special.
I got to watch you sing in the rain at the Topanga Festival.
Yes.
Topanga Days.
Yes, the first time it rained in like 25 years.
Yeah.
And of course, the Irish woman takes the stage and the rain comes.
I was there. I saw it. I love that though, and you did have such success early on, and you ended up bringing your music from Dublin to LA, and I'm super curious if you think LA has influenced your music over the years.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I left Ireland not
I guess
as
you had a New York stint. In there
yeah,
too, right? So, okay.
yeah, New York was formative for
Okay.
me. So, but I left Ireland not as a singer-songwriter. I left Ireland as a performer, and then it was New York when I really established myself as a songwriter, and then 15 years here in LA, that just grew, and I developed not just my songwriting but also my producing and my musicianship chops. Somewhere between having kids and
Right,
that's when
first you're
it
gonna
things
get to all of
slowed
that.
down a little in the music.
Right.
Being able to do it at the same level, but not the depth and the feeling for it.
Right, and that is something I wanted to ask you about because you've released 4 solo albums.
Yeah.
You had another jazz album prior to that.
Yeah,
Okay, and so during your
and a pop album with my former duo.
so we were talking about producing, and I know that part of recording, you love producing too. But what is your favorite part of recording?
Well, what's been wonderful over the years, I got to work with a couple of really awesome producers, Jimmy Zhivago and Jim Goodwin, and they helped me kind of grow my skills. And then Chris Furman, who's my engineer, truly allowed me to grow and gave me the confidence. I think so many musicians, we hear it all in our heads, but when we're younger, we don't necessarily have the confidence to believe that what we're hearing in our head is really what we want out there or are able to get out there. But that's the beauty of getting older, is that you get more and more confidence in your ability to manifest the sound you want to hear.
And that's probably the biggest gift you gave me was teaching me to learn to trust my ears.
Yes, yeah. I think it's, and any advice I'd have for younger musicians is to learn to trust your gut early on. Also be humble to other people's ears as well. But if you feel really strongly about a sound or a line, that you argue your corner, because that's your muse telling
your
you
song.
how to do it.
Yeah, it's your
for
song.
sure.
Right, it came out of you. I love that. That's the best advice anybody gave me too. I think that might have been you.
Yeah, well, you've been one of the funnest, most wonderful experiences for me to watch you grow so fast. I mean, you had all these goods. You were already there, but to see you manifest and record your album in such a short space of time, so exciting.
Thank you. That means everything. But okay, let's talk about more of your albums. Burn is your latest album.
Yeah.
Right? And I was reading that you described it on your website as new conscious activism. How is it different now? You're singing in these times versus when you began.
Well, when I started really coming into my own as a songwriter, the songs that I was writing, I've always been writing these very deep about spirit and soul and heart, and the early songs that I wrote, I feel like I hadn't even gone through the experiences that I was writing about. And now, because I've lived a little bit of life, I am firmly, absolutely middle-aged. My life has caught up with my lyrics, and now as I write as a middle-aged person, I think the depth of experience, you've experienced loss, you've experienced birth, you've experienced love, you've experienced, hardship. It just infuses the work to a deeper level when you're performing.
Right. Yeah, I think you can't say that any better.
I don't know what I said, but hopefully I was able to explain that.
No, I think it's perfect. You have more things to sing about, or you
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
And relate to, I think, with other people's experiences too, because we travel along in our soul families, the family we choose, as well as
plug.
our
She does a nice plug there. I like that.
as well as our blood families, and we experience their hardships as well. And when you're younger, you are very egocentric, so it's all about you. But as you get older, and especially when you have partners and children, you start to experience their pain as your own, and triumphs.
Right. True. Very true. So I had the good fortune to meet Mairéad when she was producing a musical event at the elementary school I was teaching music at. And you invited my choir to sing, and then I decided that I saw you singing with Kelly McLeod, and I wanted in. And so shortly thereafter, we made a group called the Mama Bears. And
I think you came up with the name.
I probably did, but yeah, I adore singing with that trio. But each of us has two boys, and so it
Yeah.
really fit. We are the Mama Bears, and my next question is how are you finding it to make your music and jive your career with all of the challenges of motherhood, particularly now in this world of Zoom class?
Well, every time I felt like my kids were getting to a bigger stage that, I'm going to have time, something else would happen. And when my youngest went to kindergarten, my children and husband thought it was a great idea to get a dog. So that sort of took me out for a year. And then I was really on a roll in the last couple of years. And now here we are in the middle of a pandemic. But, the bigger thing for me as a musician now is that I just have to perform or play, and that's where the Mama Bears came into my life at such an amazing time, because it was at a time where I wasn't really able to get out on the road or do as many shows as I would like to. But then I got to sing with two awesome women, and just the harmony alone, and then the chats, it was like that was the therapy I needed.
Yeah,
So
it's perfect.
but it's a constant juggle, Annette. And now that you're so fully in it yourself, you see that. And I think you just get happy with small triumphs. And that's keeps you going.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But one of the things I've wondered is, do you think your kids are aware what a badass you really are?
Absolutely not. They think I am so square. And although when we've done some of the big shows, particularly at the house, that we do these garden shows, and we've had amazing musicians, they will never say it to me, but I think they're a little bit proud. Just smart.
I should say, I watch their smiles on their faces. I look for that, and
Yeah.
I've seen it, yeah, and they're pretty darn adorable.
But generally, I'm just square because
Yeah.
I'm a mom.
But to your credit, they're also incredibly talented musicians at a very young age, and I can't wait to see what they do. That is my little hint to you too, Gabriel and Tristan. Okay. In spite of all of this motherhood and Zooming and everything that comes with it, you've been able to create the Soul of America video. You've worked on the soundtrack for something called The River of Life. You have 5 songs featured on the Women of Substance podcast. And you have another song out called The Cry of the Modern Day Warrior. I mean, I think that you're pretty active right now. I think you might have been downplaying this a little bit.
My husband says I'm prolific right now. I don't feel it, but I'm just doing the work, and maybe because my kids are a little older and I'm just a bit better at juggling, I am actually I'm thinking about it less and doing more.
I love it.
So
I should say, and it's really for all of our benefit, and we're lucky to have you out there being prolific. And so what is your dream for your music today? Right here, right now.
is to just keep doing it. I'm looking forward to when we're on the other side of this pandemic to perform again. I'm so excited to play with musicians, to sing with my singers, and I think all of us, whatever our passion is when we get to redo it on the other side of this, we're going to appreciate it at a completely deeper level.
Much deeper
And I'm
level.
excited for that, you know. And in the meantime, I'll keep doing the videos and writing the songs and, you know, play at home as much as I can.
Yeah, I think the floodgates are opening. With
Yeah.
the,
We're
with
only
the
getting
creative
warmed up in
process.
that. We're only getting warmed up.
Getting started.
Get ready, people.
Okay. In 2020, our state, California, has been on fire. And Mairéad, you've been evacuated several times from your home. Do you feel like that experience really impacted and influenced your latest release, Burn?
Well, I was surprised that really how the song came along. It was another one lyrically that kind of put itself together, and
It's not really fire related. And
no, I mean the song. It's a call to women. I wrote it post last election, and I felt like, you know, we lost our chance to have a female president, and it felt like everything was on fire, in metaphorically and physically, and what was this fire going to create, you know? So burn down the tree to ignite a new life. It's like, is that what's going to happen on the other side of this? And so that's what I'm hoping for, you know. And I think that it's also a call for women to step up into a new power in order to rebalance this world.
so I think there's never been a better time for your song. And that's why I asked Mairéad to sing it on this episode. So here it is, Burn.
Strong women come out of the shadows. We have never needed you more. Strong women come out of the shadows. Break down the self-serving door. Burn all the toxins, burn all the pain, burn up the rules, burn through the rage, burn down the bullshit, burn up the lies, burn through the fuels, no question that's a
you enjoyed that version of Burn. I know I was so thankful to be able to play it with Mairéad.
I love singing it with my strong woman.
And I loved having this strong woman on my stage. So I look forward to when you can come back and sing with me again. Please, please,
Yay.
please.
I want to sing one of your songs next time.
Oh, I would love nothing more.
That would be so fun.
So in the meantime, I hope that you'll visit us again, and I want to say thanks for stopping by. One more time, my friend Mairéad.
Thank you, Annette, for having me.